So yeah, when I'm not playing about on my boat, oh hang on, let's just show you my little setup I've got here. So I've got my little computer set up here, that's all good. And then over here we got the coffee machine, so I don't have to go too far from gaming. And then over there then we got the PlayStation and TV. So yeah, so when I'm not playing about with the boat, I'm working on looking after my house plants. So we've got some beautiful ones here. We've got a gorgeous orchid. Look at that, look at the prettiness on that. I mean, that is just, as soon as we saw that one, me and Vicky saw that and it was just like, oh, gotta have it, she's so pretty. So I got that one there. Basket here, this is a little stunner, this one. So this was a Christmas basket, actually being sold at Christmas, and it says £12 on there, but it wasn't £12 at all. I got it for £8 I think it was, or £5, because it was half dead. It was literally dead, but now look at it, she's bursting back to life. I've not done anything apart from water and give her some attention. It's amazing how much plants just love to be touched. They really do. It's strange, isn't it? Yeah, so we've got some little bits and pieces here. We've got our little cute little terrarium there, but unfortunately it's not done too well. The moss kind of overtook everything, and it wasn't getting enough light, so that's going to be getting redone. But I've got the bigger one that I did myself, and I built this one last year. So in there, you can probably see it's just quite nice in there. But I've had to put a lid on because I haven't got a lid for it yet. But yeah, it's a beautiful asparagus fern in there. And in there also, we have got some wildlife. So we've got some woodlice that live in there. And there are a couple of, I've seen the odd snail. Yeah, well, I've had the odd snail out. We've had the odd slug out as well. But it's actually got a load of, and you typically can't see them as soon as I boot up, right, to go and look at them. But it's got loads of woodlice in there, yeah. So I don't know if you can see them in there, but there's one just sitting in there. But they love it in there. Just love it. It's safe from predators for them, and they get plenty to munch on. Yeah, another orchid here. This one was quite pretty, that one. Look at that. That's beautiful. The flowers on that girl in there. Yeah, I've got my little yucca there. Again, rescue plants. I do a lot of rescue plants. I go to the garden centre, centres and the shops, supermarkets and things, and I find the ones that are half dead, and then I get them for cheap and bring them home. So yeah, that was a nice one as well. That we saw that one not so long back, and it was like, oh my god, she's really pretty. So we took that one. The ivy here, which we're trailing. So this is a job in hand at the moment. So that's going to be trailing nicely. Once it's growing, it's going to be trailing all the way up here, all the way up to our skeleton, and it's going to sit there. So yeah, that's going to be all grown up and covered in ivy by the time we finish with it. So looking forward to seeing that one when it's finished. Yeah, and then we just got like my monstera here. My pretty girl there, she's nice and big. She's doing really, really well. She's put up a load of good leaves, but she needs a little bit of sunlight now. But luckily the sun's started to come through. We had a nice sunny day today. My gorgeous yucca here, she's beautiful, this girl. She's quite tall, but yeah, she's a pretty girl. Lots of nice green leaves and lots of nice green shoots coming through there as well. Got to break some of this dead off. And then down here, we had, actually, bring it over here. So I rescued this girl, this money tree. I rescued her, and when in the process of rescuing her, because she was just dumped outside, and I thought, well, whoever dumped it in the alley is just going to die in the winter. They don't understand, well, either that or they just didn't want it, but they chucked it out, and I thought, well, she's beautiful, look at her, she's so pretty. I love the pot that she's in as well. I was like, no, I'll keep her. So I kept her, I brought her back, and I've nursed her back to health again. But I did knock off a few of the leaves, which is why I came over there from over here, because these are the babies. These are all the babies of her. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got a couple down. One's coming up down there. Yeah, so I've got a few in there, a few little bits and pieces. Got a few poppies and things coming up now. This one, me and Vicky took a cutting of just before Christmas, because we really liked it. It was a lovely little ivy, like a wild ivy, and it was like, yeah, I like her. So I took a cutting of her, propagated her up, and she sprouted roots, and now she's in her pot ready to grow. Yeah, and then over here we've got some cactuses. My pretty cactuses. gorgeous leaves on her. My leopard leaf plant. I can't remember the name of it, but it was leopard leaf something or other. Another cactus, because I like my cactuses. And then we made these ourselves. So we did. These were actually rescued off Vicky's nan. She gave me. Here we go. She gave me. Where did I put her? Oh, that is it. Yeah, that is it. What am I thinking? Yeah. So she gave me one basically, and I split it, and that's how I've now got these. Vicky found these lovely little pots, so we made some nice little brackets and put the brackets and wire on there just to hold it up, so they'll trail down lovely. They look quite nice there actually. Yeah, and they get quite a bit of sun. They're a bit dry. They need a drink. Everything needs a drink at the moment because I've got the heating on full whack constantly to keep warm. And then I've got my little fern under there. She's pretty. She looked plastic when I first saw her, and I picked her up and I was like, that's plastic in it. But no, she's a fern. She's doing all right. She's got a lovely frond coming up there, look. Yeah. So she's doing all right there. And then I've got my peace lilies, because I like a peace lily. Again, another rescue plant. I rescued this one from work. It was just sitting in the kitchen at work and nobody bothered with it. So she's looking a bit limp at the moment because I got in this afternoon and she's a bit dry, so I've had to give her a drink. And then these are the same with this one as well. This is another. This is all the one plant. So again, she's a little bit limp because she dried out quite quickly. And then this one, unfortunately, is our bromelaid. She had a beautiful red flower here, beautiful red flower, but they do die off. And then what happens is they shoot out little babies. So I'm just waiting to see the little babies come along now, so I can take them out and then regrow them. Yeah, so that's bits and pieces. A couple of these are in nursery at the moment, especially this one, this little one. This was a lovely little orchid, but unfortunately, I don't know why they even bother putting them fucking pots like that, because she was just she struggled so much in there. I need to repot her, and she was just damp. The problem with her, she's my other orchid. She was really pretty. She was, is that they've really taken a beating in winter now. Basically because they were sitting on the windowsill and they get a load of condensation. It was just constantly wet for them, and orchids don't like to be constantly wet. They like to be damp, or occasionally, but they don't like to be constantly wet and sitting in water. And that's unfortunately what happened. And then, yeah, there's my girl here. She's quite pretty. Yeah. Another one we rescued. Yeah. So that's what I do. Yeah. And then I've got my swords at the back then. My big sword at the back. She's quite pretty. And then one of the babies, again, is in that little cow there. Is it a cow or a camel? Looks like a camel-y cow thing. Yeah. So there we are. So that's what I do when I'm not playing about with my boat.